A well-known brand in the U.S. automotive business, Chevrolet has an interesting and brightly colored past. The company saw tremendous success and expansion from its modest beginnings in 1911, and it went on to dominate the market with automobiles like the Chevrolet Corvette and Camaro. Chevrolet did, however, also experience a number of difficulties and disappointments, just like many other industry titans. This can really amaze you. So let's take a look at one of the most encouraging stories ever. Before moving on, there is a small reminder. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any newly uploaded videos. And hang on till the end of the video. Let's take a deep dive. In 1911, Chevrolet was established. Swiss race car racer and automotive engineer Louis Chevrolet and founder of General Motors, William C. Durant, established the Chevrolet Motor Car Company in Detroit. From humble origins, Chevrolet grew to become one of the most well-known and iconic car companies in the U.S., exporting its products to a greater number of nations, including China, Australia, Europe, as well as South America. As you can see, the automotive company's brand name originated with the Swiss racing car driver Louis Chevrolet. A driving force behind the establishment of General Motors was William C. Durant. The narrative started in 1909 when Durant, the founder of General Motors, was impressed by Chevrolet's racing abilities and decided to assign him to the Buick racing team. However, Chevrolet had other passions besides racing. He also aspired to create and design automobiles, which is how one of the most popular auto manufacturers in the world got its start. They introduced their first vehicle in 1912. Louis Chevrolet and his friend Eddie and Planche designed the first Chevrolet automobile, the Series C Classic 6. When it was first released, the car was pricey for the general public, coming in at $2,250, which could stand for about $65,000 in 2023. Its massive engine was one of the reasons it was so expensive. Louis Chevrolet appreciated this vehicle since it was large, elegant, and most importantly, strong. However, Durant wasn't the biggest fan, preferring to develop more reasonably priced solutions for the general people. A year later, Chevrolet unveiled its recognizable logo. The absence of a logo on the initial Chevrolet vehicles that were produced was something Durant intended to rectify. The 1914 Chevrolet H2 Royal Mail Roadster and the H4 Baby Grand, which were Chevrolet's first reasonably priced vehicles, were the first vehicles to use the bow tie emblem. The logo was reportedly inspired by a wallpaper design from a hotel Durant visited in Paris, according to a 1961 official publication. Another tale from Durant's daughter describes how he would sit at the dining table between meals and sketch up the Chevrolet logo. A further version was provided by Durant's wife many years later. She said he took inspiration for the design from an advertisement in the newspaper. In 1914, Louis Chevrolet left the company. While Louis preferred to build high-end racing vehicles, Durant wanted to offer cars to the general public at inexpensive prices. In 1914, Louis left the company due to a disagreement with Durant over the company's future. He sold his shares to Durant and founded Frontenac, a company that produced racing cars. Unfortunately, Louis's later attempts to enter the automotive sector failed. Then he went back to work for Chevrolet as a mechanic rather than a partner. On May 2, 1918, General Motors purchased Chevrolet. Durant's efforts to produce low-cost automobiles were successful, as Chevrolet soon surpassed larger, more well-established brands like Ford. By 1916, Durant was able to repurchase a majority stake in General Motors with the money he made from Chevrolet. 1918 saw him retake leadership of General Motors, and he moved rapidly to unite Chevrolet with its other businesses, including Buick and Cadillac, under its umbrella. In 1935, Chevrolet produced the first SUV. Early in 1935, the Chevrolet Chevrolet Suburban was unveiled, predating the popular phrase sports utility vehicle, SUV. The Suburban was the first car with an all-steel body that could accommodate 8 people, in contrast to most other cars at the time, which had thin wooden bodywork. A few years later, General Motors released its own version of the Chevrolet Suburban, demonstrating its enormous success. Moving on, especially in the 1950s and 1960s, Chevrolet had a big impact on the U.S. auto industry. Chevrolet had to contend with competition from fuel-efficient import cars in the 1970s and 1980s. In response, the division unveiled vehicles including the Chevrolet Chevette and Vega. Chevy was able to hold onto its market share despite the ultimate discontinuation of the Vega thanks to the Chevette and other vehicles. Chevy has been innovating and creating new models lately, such as the well-liked SUV Traverse and the Chevy small block V8 engine, which has been produced continuously since 1955. In conclusion, since its establishment in 1911, Chevrolet has advanced significantly. Chevrolet's success story demonstrates its practical approach to automobile manufacture, as evidenced by its ability to produce both high-end racing vehicles and reasonably priced options for the general public. Chevy has been a strong competitor in the auto industry for decades, outlasting manufacturers like Toyota and Honda. The business ended the 20th century as one of the great leaders, despite obstacles including changing consumer demand. Chevy is still releasing cutting-edge designs today, such as plug-in hybrid engines, which support the company's continued viability and modernity. Chevrolet is still a major force in the American auto industry today, and its heritage continues to motivate upcoming automakers. Now, that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for being to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think about this video below in the comment section. Let's meet again with another interesting video.